Manhattan, so they're sticking with what they know. They're sticking with what worked, because it worked very well for them on Hollywood. And it looks like the attack is going to be a Maygoat. I don't know if the Symmetra is legit. We have seen some strats where the Symmetra teleports players straight onto point from the choke. Let's give it a moment and see if this is just a big trick, or if they are in fact going to be running some sneaky sim strats.
I mean, if they're able to move through the teleporter that they've placed up at the choke, they're going to be bypassing a significant amount of damage that the Manhattan Project has within their defense. So I think this Symmetra is going to stick here. You can see them kind of set up the wall to be able to set up the teleporter, but is anybody going to be able to get through? Yes, it will be all of Unknown Esports Plays making it through. The way gates there, starting to get some progress on this point, and Manhattan Project has to turn around, but they're not able to do so. That May while blocking off everybody's ability to be able to contest this point here. That's 2 ticks already given away. Ritter is going to try to fight back as much as possible, and they will end up with 3 kills under their belt, which will help to stabilize the defense here for Manhattan Project, but they gave up so much already.
Ritter is a champ. Whenever they're busy attacking a point, he's the guy that pops off, whether it be on Farah, Diva, now with the Junkrat. He's been an absolute beast. And now it looks like they're going to set up this bunker on point. They're not going to be caught out again by that sim teleporter, that cheesy nonsense. But the Symmetra is almost at 100% ult charge, and that could create a lot of opportunity for them to negate a lot of damage. They're going for a slightly wider rotation here, but of course, Manhattan Project are waiting for it. They're setting up, and the moment they come through those doors, oh, there's a wall.
Yeah, the wall's gonna block off a lot of the damage here, but there's so many ultimates getting used. It's different. Ult Fiesta on point, and Ritter getting a lot of value from the Riptire there is going to shut down whatever aggression Unknown Esports Blaze had kind of come to point with. I think we're gonna need to see a switch up here from them.
Definitely, this composition is not working for them, and it's less, I must say, it's less about the composition itself and more about how they're running it. But it looks like we are going to see them swap off onto a slightly divier composition here. Slightly divier. I think they're holding on to that Zarya for the Graviton Surge. They're looking for that triple DPS comp, but they're about to have the grab, and they know that it can create a huge opening for them. They're now running the Sombra because it's what opened up for them on Hollywood earlier, so hopefully they'll get the same kind of results. The Wrecking Ball goes almost unnoticed onto point.
Yeah, but is Zakir gonna get punished for this? That's the question here, because he's already taking significant amounts of damage. You are forcing out a lot of resources, though, for the Manhattan Project, like the Immortality Field, but there's the Orisa Bongos as well to make some music. A little bit of a late grab from Quill is going to spell disaster for the Unknown Esports here. They gotta go back, and now they don't have that Graviton in their back pocket.
Well, Sponge heard what I was saying about Ritter, and he decided that he was going to get his own back, and he, of course, just killed everybody on the enemy team from inside a Grav. Really well played there from that Bastion, getting into that turret mode within the Grav, and as you said, it was a late Grav, so there was absolutely no follow-up, and there was no defense for the amount of damage that he was outputting. Now, they have swapped up onto a full-on triple DPS, and hopefully now they'll be able to make some damage, make a dent in the defense of Unknown, or rather of Manhattan Project, and this is looking a bit difficult because immediately 2 picks for Sponge.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a team fight shutdown right then and there, especially because you're just boosting the damage coming out from Sponge in multiple ways here. But Unknown Esports Blaze, they've got 40 seconds left to be able to get this EMP online and make something happen.
I mean, really, we need to be seeing Unknown using this cover. There's so much cover here. They can be going... they can be rotating underneath the Bastion or behind the Bastion, or that high ground rotation we saw earlier. At the moment, they're all just kind of monkeying in on point, but a nice pick onto the Orisa might give them the opening that they need.
Yeah, no shield means no damage mitigation, and no mercy means no healing here on the side of the Manhattan Project. You still got Baptiste up, but Unknown Esports Blaze is utilizing that advantage to be able to take this point by storm. Forcing out the DMAC here from the Manhattan Project will at least allow Dark Dagger to get back in, but it's too little too late here. Unknown Esports Blaze within overtime is going to cap point A of Hanamura and try to snowball to point 2.
Very well played. They're finally getting the pick that they needed and allowing themselves to get onto point. They figured it out, man. And now they're moving in here with 4 ultimates, so there's definite snowball potential, especially if they can get off another massive EMP. That's what's been winning them a lot of these fights. So that's exactly what they need to do. big EMP, blow the barrage, blow the mines, and hopefully get that snowball. But they're moving a little bit too fast or a little bit too slow for a snowball here. They have allowed the Manhattan Project to start setting up their defense, and that's a little bit unfortunate because now they need to make sure that they get a big EMP, I guess.
Oh, well, I mean, the EMP is going to hit quite a few members here, but Sponge will take out Mass Blade, so you are mitigating some of the damage. But Dragons yet again coming out from Unknown Esports. Blaze, a Transcendence, even though Zakir is bio-needed here, will save a lot of damage coming in, and they're starting to make quick work of this point. But Manhattan Project's resources are coming back in spades here, and they are able to get some stabilization on this defense.
Yes, obviously having that spawn advantage is so huge. It's really easy for them to get back onto point quickly. So they do finally manage to get back onto point, but not before Unknown managed to take the first tick on this point. They've got a lot of space to work with now, and the ult economy across the board, well, I was about to say it was looking pretty even, but we are seeing the swap-offs onto Goat, so now nobody has ult. Yeah! Let's go. Dry fights for everyone. We're starting from square one. Zealotspine being the person with the highest ultimate charge, and of course that is your Zenyatta, which means that he is going to have an opportunity to build up his ult fairly quickly, hopefully faster than his opposing Zenyatta, and save his team from some damage. But with both teams sitting with no ultimates, it will be just some dry fights here as they try to build it up and hopefully get those ultimates online.
Oh, but Quill's gonna get D-Meg first, which means that you are taking that D.Va out of the fight, and now that's gonna swing this team fight into Manhattan Project's favor. Dallas already has the Earth Shatter. I hope he's gonna hold on to it here, but you know, Unknown Esports Blaze, they're still trying to kind of make something happen, just getting some damage into the Manhattan Project.
Yeah, very quick ultimate charger from Dallas, charging up his ult twice as fast as Zakir. So we've got a nice, beautiful crowd control ultimate, and that's really going to come into great effect, especially in this tiny little hallway if he can get it off. But the Transcendence is about to be online, so there should be some sort of a defense for the Earth Shatter.
Oh, but there is no defense if you're going to be able to smack down the support members on Unknown Esports Blaze. Zealotspine does get a final word before they back off, but that was a quick and easy team fight for Manhattan Project.
And unfortunately, Mass Blake threw out the Graviton Surge and it got eaten by Ritter. And once again, Ritter just showing absolute dominance in this game. But we have 4 ultimates on this attack. And they're big ones. You got the Earth Shatter. You've got all 3 support ultimates. If they can engage with the rally and get a big Earth Shatter, then again, they have snowball potential. But on the defense here, we've got a ton of ultimates as well. So, I mean, this fight could go either way. It's all going to come down to how they play it.
Yeah, well, that Earth Shatter Whiff is going to be a bad start here for Unknown Esports Blaze. And that bomb on top, though, just narrowly ends up getting saved by Aggression Sound Barrier. It is going to force out the Zenyatta Transcendence here from the Manhattan Project to keep the front line and tank line alive. And that is going to provide them a significant amount of pressure to get aggressive and try to deal with the onslaught from Unknown Esports. Now it's 30 seconds left, and the numbers are falling very quickly. It's going to be a race back to the point.
Manhattan looking very strong here, but they did use a lot of their ultimates, whereas Unknown Esports are still, they've got the Graviton, they've got the self-destruct. If they can get a good combo off, then once again, and I feel like I say this at the start of every fight, it's like, this is how they can win. But Manhattan are systematically shutting down every attempt that they make. However, there are no support ultimates for Manhattan, so this could be it. And of course, this is last fight territory.
Oh, especially with that grab D.Va Bomb combo, at least you had Dallas' shield in the way, but not enough to be able to save IMU. So it is going to be some trades across the board here, but Unknown Esports Blaze is going to have the upper hand as that Transcendence comes out and the Earth Shatter comes down. The Graviton, though, coming out from the Manhattan Project just to try to keep the defense alive here is going to at least provide a little bit of stabilization for the Manhattan Project, but Unknown Esports Blaze's guns are blazing at the moment to be able to try to get more control of this point. Respawn's coming up faster, though, so the Manhattan Project is going to be able to get some support online, and that is it. 1 tick onto point B for Unknown Esports Blaze, still winnable for them.
Absolutely winnable. They just need to hold first. It's a better choice this time. Maybe it's going to work just as well this time around. Let's see once they actually get into locking in those heroes. And let's see here on the defense. Quad DPS defense. No, that's the attack, as I'm looking at the wrong thing. Quad DPS attack, that was kind of what I predicted. Okay, the defense, see, that's what confused me, because I looked at the defending team and I thought that can't be defense. That's just people that are playing around. But no, it looks like they're going for this Torbjorn pick, and I love it, because Torbjorn is one of those heroes that people pick him and you go, ha, it's a troll pick, don't worry about it. But then they actually pick it, and then you might just find Defran levels of Torbjorn, right? And that's really what I'm hoping for here. So we've got a little bit of a bunker-esque thing going on here. We've got that Orisa, we've got the Torbjorn, the turret set up sneakily on the high ground to try and prevent them from using that rotation, and of course that Ashe for tons of spam damage. I'm liking this comp, but I'll be real, I don't know how well it's going to work for them. Let's watch.
Well, especially because you've got IMU on the side of Manhattan Project trying to go after the turret and the Ashe that are set up as a crossfire here for Unknown Esports Blaze. But what this is actually doing is providing Unknown Esports Blaze an opportunity to split the focus of Manhattan Project, and it's playing in their favor at the moment. You do have a kind of attacking coming from both sides here from the Manhattan Project, but Unknown Esports Blaze dealing with it very, very well so far.
They have been dealing with it well. They're actually managing to create a defensive crossfire, which I absolutely love. But is it going to be enough as we get 2 picks for Manhattan Project?
No, I don't think so, especially because Manhattan Project respawns are going to come back very, very quickly here. They do need to do some damage, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Unknown Esports Blaze's defense is falling apart one by one. But the Valkyrie? That Valkyrie might have been enough to be able to get some damage online and take people out. Aggression with a nice battle mercy kill.
Yeah, you coasted it. Coasted? Cursed it. As you were saying, it looked like the defense was going to fall. They decided, nope, actually, we're going to hold strong here. They've got that Torbjorn ult online, and that can be a great deterrent if you can get that all over the floor on point. But of course, these are very... they've got a lot of range DPS here, so it's really going to depend on that Hammond, and if he does dare venture onto the point here. Unknown Esports holding strong. It is the only ultimate that they have at the moment, whereas offensively, we've got the Visor and we have the Barrage. Or we could just get a big old boot, boys.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to need either of those DPS ultimates when Dallas is just going to knock 2 people off of the defense here.
Oh my
Secure
word.
popping the bongos regardless of how many of their teammates are actually down here on the side of Unknown Esports Blaze. This is looking like absolute snowball potential territory here for the Manhattan Project as they cap point 1 and try their best to cap point 2. They only need to get a tick, Naomi.
There are many ways to win a fight in Overwatch. First person shooter? No, my friends. First person pinball. Yeah. We just knock people off the map, and really well played. I mean, the timing has to be so good for that. And now they have 5 ultimates. The snowball potential is absolutely real for Manhattan Project. They've sent their Tracer onto point to create a little bit of a distraction, and here the mines are going to come through. Necra, this could be it.
Yeah, the mines are going to prove absolute crowd control here, but it's not going to help if Ritter and not Red Shield goes down. Spund is still going to pop the tactical visor to see if they can get something done here, and that it does. Dallas, and that's it.
That's it.
Here's if you have man down, if you can just overwhelm with brute force, that will be another map win here